Hey everybody, it is Rick, and I'm here with a pickup that was a kind of a weekend getaway pickup. So Bridget and I went away, basically stayed overnight in a hotel just to get away. I took a Friday off from work, and there was a reason I wanted to do Friday into Saturday. Went to the Ephrata, Pennsylvania area because we wanted to go. I wanted to go to Green Dragon. As you guys know, I've been dieting, so I've been craving an Amish soft pretzel. So this trip probably took place like a month ago, a little over a month ago. We got a hotel in the Ephrata area, went out to dinner, hit up a bunch of thrift shops, had all sorts of places lined up. The next day we went out to the Lancaster area and then headed home. So a nice little 2-day getaway. I did buy a ton of stuff. A lot of what I bought ended up being to flip. But I have a good stack of stuff, as you guys saw in the thumbnail. And I'm going to try to do my best. I kind of studied my notes. Luckily, I logged all this stuff in when I first got back. So I might not remember pricing, but I should remember, I would say, most of where I got this stuff from. So I might not remember exact names, but we're going to dive in. The first place, I believe, was called Uncle Funky's Thrift Shop. And they had movies $1 each or 6 for $5. And the other fun thing, I'll say this before we dive right in, there were really, really good titles I got. So much so that we got back to the hotel fairly early because we left super early in the morning on Friday to go to Green Dragon, which is a Friday only flea market. And where was I going with this story? Wow. So we left early, got back to the hotel room, went and had dinner, and then we just had time to kill. We were watching just TV and chilling, and they had a whole desk set up and everything. So I took a handful of the stuff that was really good that I found. Stuff like the Tarzan collection on DVD, brand new sealed. Once Upon a Time in America on Blu-ray, brand new sealed, which I paid $5 for and sold it that night for $60. There was a BBC box set I bought for $20 that sold for $80. The Tarzan set I paid $10 for, it sold for $90. Within 24 hours of buying it. So I had already pretty much paid for all the stuff I bought that night, not including all the other stuff I bought to flip. So that is the signs of a good trip, where I get stuff so good I can list it that night and it sells. I was getting offers immediately and stuff sold super fast. So have a stack of stuff to show you guys. We're going to dive right in. Went to Uncle Funky's thrift shop. Titles were $1 each or 6 for $5. One title for myself, a Disney nature title I did not have with the slipcover, and that is Born in China. I still haven't watched any of these Disney nature films, but I hear they're fantastic. So, featuring the slip, which is nice. So that was a cool find there. Born in China on Blu-ray. Paid 83 cents for this with the 6 for $5 breakdown. Then we went to this cool closeout place, which I guess they buy Walmart, Target, Amazon pallets and then sell stuff. The place had been, my brother-in-law told me about it a while ago. He's like, you should go. They have movies. And it turns out they have DVDs for $1.99, Blu-rays for $2.99. And they had 4Ks, which I bought. I think they had 2 4Ks, both of which have sold already for $2.99. Everything's brand new, factory sealed. You can tell this was from a Walmart. And this was $2.99, a movie it was on my watch list from this year that I have not yet seen. Really good cast. We got, let's see here, Bradley Whitford, John Savage, Diane Ladd, Peter Fonda, Ed Harris, William Hurt, Christopher Plummer, Samuel L. Jackson. Sebastian Stan is a war film and is a movie called The Last Full Measure. So, so I grabbed this for myself. It was $2.99. Like I said, I probably bought 15 or 20 titles from this store. A bunch of sealed DVDs for $2 and sealed Blu-rays for $3. And they get stuff in all the time. The one girl at the counter told me they had a bunch of stuff in the back and that she would get our manager and I could look through it. The manager's like, no, we don't have anything. So that idea got shut down, which is a shame because it's not an area I go to often. It's not super close. It's like 45 minutes to an hour away. Like I said, it was part of the journey out there, why we wanted to go out that way. I will definitely go back to the store. They had some other cool stuff. Bridget got some stuff for her and for her mom. So last full measure, I paid $2.99 for this. And then there was a place called Plaid's Soapbox that a record store, which I'll talk about shortly, recommended I check it out. And apparently he actually bought the remnants of Viva Video in Ardmore. So he went in once Viva Video closed and bought all their racks and anything that was left in stock by them. Some of the pricing was very, very high that he had on stuff. But he also had racks that looked like they came out of like an FYE. Tons of movies. He was cool enough. He was like, I close, but I'm going to do some work after I close. You can stay as long as you want. Like, take your time and look through stuff. There was tons of movies in this place. I ended up getting one title for myself, but the big find there was a copy of 200 Cigarettes on DVD. A very good out-of-print title to find that I paid $5 for. So I don't even think that it's sold yet. It's currently on my eBay store as of the recording on October 30th right now. But this movie caught my eye. Was not familiar with this at all, but it stars Robin Tunney and Tim Blake Nelson. Also Liz Phair, Jason Priestley, and Nora Dunn. It just looks really interesting. It was a $4. I paid $4, $3.99 for this one. I've never heard of it. It's in a snapper case. It is a movie called Cherish. Let me know, guys. Have you seen this one? It says a memorable 80s soundtrack featuring Tainted Love, I Melt With You, Private Eyes. But it just looks like an interesting film. And one I do not know anything about. So, is Cherish good? Is it awful? Let me know. Looks like it's a New Line Entertainment film. Classified on the spine as a comedy, but it just looked interesting. So I grabbed it, caught my eye. So checking that one out. Then there was the dirt flea market that we went to. Literally a dirt flea market. It was sad. There were some people set up outside. There was an indoor area. It was very, very sad. There was a little like shed across the street that had some stuff. But it ended up being like a really good spot because the few people that had movies, I guess movie collectors don't go out that way. I found a copy of The Fall on Blu-ray for $2.50. I found a few other Blu-rays for $2.50 that have sold already for like $20 and $25. A couple old wrestling DVDs that go for really crazy money, honestly. So another good flip spot. But I found one title for myself. This was $2.50. Two movies I've never ever heard of, but this was sealed. It's a Shout Factory release, and the movies just have a ton of good actors, and if I'm not mistaken, had good IMDb scores. So it is Traveler and Telling Lies America. So Traveler stars Bill Paxton, Mark Wahlberg, Juliana Margulies, and then Telling Lies in America stars Kevin Bacon, Brad Renfro, Callista Flockhart, Luke Wilson. So lots of stars. Like I said, I think both these have pretty decent scores on IMDb. And it's a Shout Factory title, and it was sealed, $2.50. So I initially bought it to flip, and then I read more about these movies, and I was like, these both sound really interesting, so I'm going to keep this title. Here it is. So grab that. Went to a store called Record Connection. Very overwhelming, but an amazing store. A very misleadingly huge store. There were so many records in there, but also a ton of DVDs. Tables full, underneath tables full of DVDs. Boxes along the entire row of CDs, of DVDs they had just bought in. Some Blu-rays, not a ton of Blu-rays. They did have some 3D Blu-rays that I called Joe Martinez about. He didn't need anything. Adult films in the back, but they also had horror and stuff in the back. Just like a very cool store, reasonably priced for a record shop. And I got this. I'm probably have mentioned this in a recent video. So Pam has a copy of this on hold for me at her store that I'm still going to pick up from her. But I saw the artwork of this, and this just is too cool. I got this version to add to my collection, and I'll probably end up selling the one that Pam got for me. But it is the 3D Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy, limited edition 3D combo pack of Katy Perry, Part of Me, the movie. Katy Perry, the movie, Part of Me. So I love the artwork of that. Plus it had a slipcover. Apparently, I think this version is probably pretty rare based on my findings. It was $5 with the slip and the Blu-ray, and it features the 3D Blu-ray, the Blu-ray, and the DVD. It has a yellow sticker, which means that there was an issue with the disc, and this is the corrected version. So yeah, for $5 I grabbed this. Like I said, I'll still get the version from Pam, but I just love the artwork on that, and had to grab it. Plus the guy referred me to Plaid Soapbox, and that ended up being a really good spot. So thank you to the dude at Record Connection who was talking to me, I kept putting my stack of stuff in the back. There were Warner Archive Blu-rays that I bought to flip and everything. So a very good spot. That's where I got the Tarzan DVD that paid 10, sold for 90. So Record Connection, check it out if you're in the Ephrata area. And that is added to the collection. Then we went to a store called Abundant Treasures, which was a thrift store. They had a ton of DVDs, some Blu-rays out. The pricing was a little high for a thrift shop, but it was good. DVDs, I think, were $2. Blu-rays were $3. Sealed Blu-rays were $5. So we're looking through it, and I had a little stack, nothing crazy. And then the woman said, if you want, you can look under here. There's more movies. So I have a little stack. I go under there, and I hit the mother load of sealed Blu-rays. Once Upon a Time in America was there. I want to say Red State on Blu-ray was open, but there. A 3-pack with like the Grifters sealed on Blu-ray was there. There were some other really good titles, and that was all underneath the cabinet, like sealed Blu-rays. So it ended up being like the gold mine. And the woman then hooked me up. Like, she charged me $5 for sealed Blu-rays, but she threw in the 2 DVDs that Bridget wanted for free, which was very nice of her. And I got some titles to keep for me. The 2 DVDs that Bridget wanted. The first one here is a movie called Connie and Carla. I've never seen this. It stars Nia Vardalos and Toni Collette. Haven't seen this one. It also looks like David Duchovny is in it. So I know Bridget actually rewatched this already since we grabbed it. So we got that. And then this is out of print, which was pretty awesome. I've never seen this movie either. But it stars Zoe Saldana, Taryn Manning, Kim Cattrall, Dan Aykroyd, and Britney Spears. And it's a film called Crossroads. Like I said, this is out of print. And the lady threw it in. And the DVD, if I'm not mistaken, is mint or near mint. Some light scratches, but for an out-of-print title, and like I said, a title that was free. Crossroads, Bridget was pretty excited about those, and I was excited because I had this version, the Canadian version, which had French on the spine. Love this movie, and this is the US version, so there's no French on the spine, and that is Don't Say a Word with Brittany Murphy and Michael Douglas. Brand new sealed, but I still had the French version sealed, which I sold to cover the cost of this, which was awesome. This was $5. So also has Famke Janssen in it. I thought it did. I was just trying to remember. Oliver Platt, Sean Bean. So a good cast, and I remember really enjoying this movie. So Don't Say a Word. And then a triple feature. I actually owned 2 of these movies, one movie on DVD, one movie on Blu-ray. So decided to keep this because I really, really want to check out the bottom movie. The bottom 2 movies. I haven't seen any of these movies. Is a triple feature sealed Blu-ray of Body Heat LA Confidential, which I owned and have since sold, which covered the cost of this, and the player on Blu-ray, which I had on DVD, and I've been wanting to watch for a long time. So a cool triple feature set. This was $5 as well, brand new, factory sealed. I actually just traded a copy of this to, what's his name? Bradley. I talked about that in a previous video, and I had this with a slipcover that it was sealed and I sold it, but kept this copy for myself so I could get rid of the single Blu-ray and get rid of the DVD. So very cool. And then last but not least, it was the first place we went to, but I was saving it for last here. We went to the Green Dragon. There's a shed there that has everything. The shed's like $1. There's also like sealed titles for $2, tons of CDs, tons of movies. Looked there for quite a while. Found a sealed 4K there, which I didn't want to keep. I do have the movie on Blu-ray. It was Girl on the Train. I still haven't watched it. From what I heard, the book was a lot better, which I read, but I'll keep the Blu-ray till I watch it. But only got 2 things from the shed, and then there's a video game store in there that had a ton of cool Blu-rays. Most of it was priced very well. Some of it was a little crazy, the pricing, but let me show you what I got. The first title here was for Bridget, although based on this cast, I do want to check this out at some point. As St. Trinians, I believe. But it stars Rupert Everett, Colin Firth, Lena Headey, Russell Brand, Misha Barton. Is there anybody else? Jodie Whittaker, Stephen Fry. So lots of familiar names. So grab this for her. This was sealed, I think. I know she watched this, so this was $2. And then the only other thing I got at the shed to keep was a CD, and it's all cover songs from Bowling for Soup, and it is Bowling for Soup Goes to the Movies. It looks like they do the Jimmy Neutron theme, Baby One More Time, I Melt With You, the Gilligan's Island theme. So I've heard some Bowling for Soup. I figured it'd be a fun CD to check out, so grab that. And then the rest of the stuff I got at the video game store. I paid $3 for the first 2 titles and then $10 for the last one. I'll explain that in a second. So the first title here is a movie I've never seen, starring Billy Bob Thornton. I've heard really great things about it, just haven't seen it yet, and that is Sling Blade. I know it's something about French fried tater, but haven't seen the movie. So Sling Blade on Blu-ray. A very creepy movie. This used to be out of print. I don't think it still is, or if it is, it doesn't go for as much as it did at one point. Starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, The Grudge. I actually contemplated showing this to RJ this Halloween season. I think I'm going to wait till next year to show it to him. Probably a little too scary, but we'll wait till next year and show it to him. I want to show him this in The Ring. But The Grudge on Blu-ray. This has the theatrical and unrated version, so that was $3. And then this was $10. I treated myself to this because, as you guys know, it is my favorite comedy of all time. And even though I recently acquired it in a specific 4K set that might be where my finger is, that you guys probably can't see because of the glare. There's glare. There's glare from the lamp that's shining on this, so you probably can't even tell. It is the Stripes Steelbook. This features the extended version, but I've been looking for this Steelbook for a long time, and since it is my favorite comedy movie ever, I decided for $10 I would get it. I would add it to the collection. So the Stripes Steelbook, I already put it in a nice like hard plastic, what's the company that makes that? Malco case. So Stripes on Blu-ray, the beautiful Steelbook. That is it, guys. That is all the goodies I got from our journey to Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Went to a ton of spots. Found some really cool stores that I would love to go back to in the future. Got to go away with the girlfriend for a couple days. Got to have a soft pretzel, which after being on a strict diet and losing like 27 pounds was amazing to eat. And it was just a fun time and lots of cool stores. So thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to check out the links down below to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies that I watch. My Blu-ray.com profile, my Amazon wishlist, my eBay store can all be found down below, as well as my P.O. box and email address, which can also be found down below. That is it, guys. So thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you don't do so already. Until next time, Who's down to movie?